Good evening, everybody. We're going to call to order this regular meeting of the Saugerties Central School District School Board. This is actually our last meeting of the school year. New school year starts on July 1st, so this is our last meeting. And as typical with our last meeting, there is a ton of personnel items on it, from appointments to tenures to retirements and things like that. So we will move as efficiently and quickly as we can, but making sure that we spend enough time honoring the people who are here, because we are sure you're not just here for the snacks, which is nice. That we never have. You can't hear me? How's that? Okay. Okay. Thank you for the tip. So designation of emergency exits, we have one at the back of the room, one on each side of the room. Ms. Carney, would you do roll call?
Christine Bella Rosa. Here. Katie Emerson Hall. Here. Michelle Vermolia. Here. Shakina Irizarry. Here. Carol Kelder. Michael Meyer.
Here.
Alex Rappaport. Jeffrey Riazzi.
Here.
Timothy Wells.
Here.
Adriana Argueta.
Okay. Pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Dr. Rohrbach, our mission and vision statements, please.
Okay, the mission statement, we provide equitable, engaging, inspiring, and holistic experiences that support success and empowerment for students, families, and the community in a diverse and changing world. Our vision statement, we are a beacon of educational excellence where every individual is inspired and able to achieve their fullest potential.
All right, thank you. Okay, moving quickly here, we have the first item is approval of minutes of our two approvals from our May 5th meeting and then our budget meeting on May 26th. Can I have a motion to approve those minutes? By Ms. Gramalia, seconded by Mr. Wells. Any questions on those? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Sawyer Soar, Dr. Rohrbach, I turn it back to you.
So at this time, we would love to recognize our Board of Education student representative, Adriana Argueta. Not only did she sit through every single meeting, including all the budget meetings, and never left early. Not something every 17 or 18-year-old might choose to do, but she really sacrificed her personal time to sit with all of these professionals and listen to everything that most people don't understand happens in a school district, like governance and policy. And she has been part of the whole process. Additionally, she expanded the role by reporting out not just on high school, but for the first time, she reported out on the entire school district, emphasizing that we are all Sawyers and that the Sawyer experience is why we are all here. So thank you, Adriana, for your commitment, your leadership, and your dedication to serving our school community.
And as I just found out, because I just asked her, our Adriana will be attending Siena to study biology. Okay, public recognition. This is, we have two public recognitions on our agenda. The first one, this one here is if there's anybody who would like to get up and address the board for things that are on the agenda. Okay, moving on. All right. Back to Adriana, student report.
Saugerties High School. Congratulations to our Sawyer entrepreneurship students who competed in the SUNY New Paltz High School entrepreneurship competition against Arlington High School. Bringing home first place were Grace Fields and Madeline Dragula with their product Buzz, a health wearable designed to help athletes understand their inner rhythm. Earning second place were Selena Vale and Quinn Sklabak with their product Lynx Eyewear, which creates visors for women's lacrosse goggles. We would love to recognize our senior high choir for taking the gold on May 12th at NISMA Majors on level 5. Well done. The Saugerties High School Wind Ensemble and Saugerties High School Concert Band Ensembles performed at the New York State School Music Association Major Ensembles Festival in Walk Hill on Thursday, May 14th. Both groups earned special commendation from both judges for their discipline and appearance as well as choice of music. Way to go, bands. Congratulations to the students who presented their work at this year's Science Research Symposium. Your dedication, curiosity, and commitment to the research process were evident in the quality of your presentations. We would like to congratulate all of our students for their hard work and thoughtful participation in this year's presentations of learning. Your ability to reflect on your growth, share your accomplishments, and discuss your goals demonstrates maturity, dedication, and pride in learning. On June 12th, our graduating seniors will participate in a special senior walkthrough at our elementary schools. Dressed in their caps and gowns, seniors will walk the halls where many of their educational journeys began, inspiring our youngest students and celebrating this important milestone. On Tuesday, June 16th at 8 a.m., we will continue with our new tradition of Sawyer's On. We will invite seniors down to the auditorium to begin taking group photos to showcase each of their paths. We are inviting students to proudly wear attire that represents their future plans. Junior high school. Junior high had a successful field day / Orpheum trip today. We are looking forward to the 8th grade moving up ceremony on Friday afternoon and presentations of learning on June 10th, 17th, and 18th. Junior high students' last full day of class is June 16th, and half days for presentations of learning the 17th and 18th. Grantee Morris Elementary. After Friday, all of our students will have participated in their field trips. Our students have enjoyed these adventures and the memories they made. The GDM BLT has designed a 3-week geometry challenge after analyzing our building data. Students at Morris are being challenged to find 2D and 3D shapes around the building and report where these shapes might be found in the real world as well. We are looking forward to our end of the year celebrations, including 6th grade moving up at Morris on June 17th, the Grantee Morris Success Parade on June 22nd, and next class visits on June 23rd. Our final PTA meeting of the school year will be tomorrow on June 10th at 6 p.m. Grand rounds will begin this week where we will have the opportunity to celebrate our student success and plan as a team for next year. Riccardi. Kindergarten screenings are underway at Riccardi, and it has been great to meet our youngest and newest Sawyers and their families. We wish them all the best as they start their learning journey. Riccardi Grand Rounds starts next week, where we celebrate the growth our amazing students have made all year, and identify supports for students who would benefit from additional opportunities to strengthen their skills. Riccardi's final PTA meeting of the year is tomorrow, Wednesday, June 10th at 6 p.m. in the cafeteria. Our 5th and 6th grade students will compete in the annual Riccardi Lion Bowl on Thursday, June 18th, where students will strive to be the kickball champions of the school. Cahill. On June 1st, we completed our BM Mathematician Challenge. Similar to PARP, students were encouraged to participate each day. However, instead of reading, they focused on solving math problems. Students took both pre- and post-assessments, and the percentage of growth was measured and recorded. Classes at each grade level were recognized for their achievements and progress throughout the challenge. 3 days of kindergarten screening were completed last week. We look forward to meeting all of our kindergarten students over the summer at our August meet and greet. Today we held the first of our 2 field days at the cow flop. The beautiful weather provided the perfect backdrop for a day filled with exciting games, friendly competition, and lots of fun. Our final PTA meeting of the year will be June 10th at 4:30 p.m.
All right, fantastic, thank you. Okay, we have a although she's not here this evening, we will make sure we get this award to her. The New York State School Board Association Award for 3 years of service to Carol Kelder. I actually have a statement from Carol. This would have been her last meeting of her 3-year tenure. So moving on to the superintendent's report.
Okay, so good evening again. So tonight, I want to begin by saying thank you. I'm deeply humbled and honored to serve as the appointed superintendent of the Saugerties Central School District. I'm grateful for the trust that has been placed in me and excited for what we will continue to accomplish together. I believe wholeheartedly in our future, and we have an incredible opportunity to build upon the strong foundation we already have in place and continue to make our district known for the innovative learning, meaningful opportunities for students, and a culture where every person feels valued, challenged, and inspired to grow. As we continue building our leadership team, we are doing so with purpose, knowing that our work is always collaborative. So as Adriana mentioned, June has been filled with moments that remind us why this work matters. Our students have excelled in the classrooms, on the stages, in science research, and through presentations of learning, and on the athletic fields. This particular season in spring has been a banner season for athletics. This spring alone, 87 students earned Mahal Scholar Athlete recognition, and for the first time in district history, all 8 varsity teams were named Scholar Athlete teams. The entire teams, all 8. That is incredible. Well done. So these accomplishments reflect not only our excellence, but also commitment, perseverance, and balance. Tonight, we also celebrate dedicated colleagues whose careers have shaped generations of students, recognize staff earning tenure, and welcome new members to the Sawyer community. Each milestone reminds us that a great school district is built by people who choose every day to invest in one another and in our children. So as we look ahead, I look forward to continuing those conversations through brewing connections, an informal opportunity for staff to connect over coffee, ask questions, share ideas, or simply spend time together next week with me. So those invites have been sent. Thank you for your partnership, your dedication, and for the role each of you plays in making Saugerties an extraordinary place to learn, work, and belong.
All right, thank you, Dr. Rohrbach. Moving to board member remarks. We'll start over here. Mr. Wells.
All right, got me? Can you hear me guys there? All right, good. All right, so I guess I'll start with the departures off the board first. Adriana, I wanted to thank you for your time and energy you put into this, because you took it from this and made it this, which was really awesome. You kind of exploded what we expected of it. You sat here through some pretty tumultuous meetings that, I mean, Dr. Rohrbach said that, you know, no 16 or 17 or 18-year-old would want to, no 20, 30, 40, 50-year-old would typically want to as well, as you can tell by the amount of people that ran this past election. So I commend you. I thank you for everything that you've given us. Your very elaborate and in-depth reports on all of the schools, so I had a really good understanding of what was happening there. I know it was a lot of time and energy it probably took for you to put that all together and report to us. So I really, truly appreciate everything you've done for us. And I wish you the best at Siena and moving forward even beyond Siena. I hope that you continue to excel and do amazing things. So thank you very much for that. I'd like to acknowledge Carol Kelder for her time on the board. Just having Carol sit on this board has been amazing for me to get different perspectives that I didn't really have. Obviously, Carol's been in the district as a teacher, as an administrator, as a principal, so it's been a lot for me to take in and learn from her. I feel like everybody that kind of comes on this board, I pick a little bit off of here and there, and I get better at being a board member. So Carol has been just an immense amount of knowledge and kind of giving me different perspectives from the other side, maybe the teacher side or the administrative side, and kind of what happens on the ground a little bit better for me. So that's been huge, and I truly appreciate her time on the board and everything that she gave. I'd like to congratulate the spring sports with the scholar athletes. That's pretty amazing. First off, all 18 is pretty awesome. And then, I mean, I feel like every spring sport was involved in some sort of section race, and I mean, I went to so many games, whether it was my son's games or other people's games, that it was just a really exciting time to be a sort of sports person. So I really, truly enjoyed that. Congratulations to the band on NISBA, and all the students that competed in science field and in the symposium. I'll try not to mess that one up. And other aspects that were discussed from Adriana as well. I will say I thank all the voters who voted for me and passed the budget. I truly appreciate that. We're trying to continue to build here, and it's something that's going to be great. Not that we're good, but we need to be great kind of thing. And I think that this is the first step of that. And I think it's just going to continue to get better and better and better from here on out. I think we've got a very strong leader. I think we've got good people in place behind her, and I'm very excited about what is now my third term on the board. So I'm very excited about seeing where that leads us to. Congratulations to all the retirees, all the appointments, and all the people receiving tenure tonight. I'm very happy for you guys. Congratulations. And then I'm a little disappointed in, honestly, the lack of volunteers for the board. I'll say it. I don't know if anybody's going to say it, but there's probably a dozen, maybe 24 people that have a tendency to like to speak via social media, which is absolutely their right, but they don't want to put their money where their mouth is and step up to the board. I do appreciate the two writing candidates, Mr. Rappaport and Mr. Viviani, that's decided to step in and take the positions, because I know it's sometimes a very thankless job. Sometimes you can take a little bit of a beating for the better outlook. Carol probably would have said this, that we're here for the students and the teachers. We're here to make this a better place. Like we're not here to make this horrible and get beat up. We're trying our best to do the right things, and I'm not saying I always do the right things in the 6 years I've been on the board, but we are trying to do the right things. We have the best intentions in mind, and we are always open to community input via email, phone calls. I think my email and phone is out there if I'm not mistaken. You're more than welcome to call me, email me. I'm open for a discussion. I don't think that maybe throwing it out on social media where I'm not really going to respond to that is the best way to go about it. I think there's other avenues where you can have an open discussion between you and I, or a group of us could have a discussion, and I think that's, in my eyes, the best way to go about it. That's all I got. Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys being here tonight.
Thank you, Jim. Ms. Kamali?
So I think that Mr. Wells read my notes, and you brought up a lot of the things that I wanted to bring up, particularly related to the role of the board and the opportunities for the public. So I'll start there and just say one thing a little bit differently. We give the community lots of ways to contribute your thoughts, and not to beat a dead horse, but the fact that we have so few people coming for public comment is also a little bit disappointing. We need to hear what is on your minds, and I think that this board, of all the boards I've paid attention to, is very, very receptive. We've tried to be as responsive as we possibly can, but we need to actually hear this stuff, and I can tell you that I tune out social media. It's not something, that's not where I go to get the ideas from the community. I want to hear it in this room, in our emails, and so forth. So certainly 2 out of 2 of us feel that way, and we encourage you to participate. Adriana, thank you for everything that you've done. As we look forward to the student reps for next year, I would like the board to consider encouraging maybe a rotation of students as student reps, maybe one from the junior high, one from the senior high, and one from each of the elementary schools. So I know that would be 5 altogether, and maybe they could team up and maybe work together, but I would love to see the perspectives of the different students, and I think it's very important for them to see the school board process, because as we know, there's a million moving parts, and you can't really understand it unless you're in the boardroom. To Carol, I'm going to miss you. This is the first time we've had the opportunity to work together, and as Tim said, I learned an enormous amount from you, and of course my pressure with your family. With that, Mr. Riazzi, I
hire.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't want to repeat everything that folks have said, but I do want to acknowledge both Carol and Adriana for their service to the board. I think they're genuine assets to the board, and they leave very large shoes to fill. So I thank them for their service. Also want to congratulate those who are achieving tenure. It's a great honor, and congratulations and thank you to those who are retiring. Thank you for your service in improving the Saugerties School District. And then just two quick shout outs. One, there was a choral concert last week, which was outstanding if anyone caught it. And I also just wanted to thank Mr. Zelansky, who is moving on to another position, but I think he did an excellent job of really elevating the music performances here, both in the choral as well as in the theatrical department. And lastly, just a quick thanks to Sawyer Motors, who did an after party for the prom. They gave out hundreds of dollars of ice cream to the seniors and juniors who attended the prom, so thank you for their continued community engagement. That's it.
All right. Ms. Bellarosa?
Is this on?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, I'd keep my comments brief, but I did want to, thank Carol for her service for the last 3 years. Like everyone else, I've learned a tremendous amount from her and her commitment to the board and to the overall Saugerties community. Really appreciate what I've learned from you, and I wish you and your family well. I want to congratulate the retirees who are here this evening and all that you've done over the years to elevate this district as well. I want to congratulate, we have a lot of students moving up at different levels, 6th graders to the junior high, 8th graders to the high school, and the penultimate, the graduates moving on June 26th. So I congratulate those seniors into what their next role is going on. And then this is the last meeting of the year, so every teacher, I wish them a wet, restful summer and come back to us in September with renewed energy. So thank you.
Ms. Irizarry?
To repeat what a lot of others said, I too would like to thank Carol Carter for her service in the district, culminating with her 3 years of service on the board. I've learned a tremendous amount from her, and I hope to be able to tell her in person soon. Thank you, Ms. Argueta, for serving so capably in your role as a student board representative, and I wish you much luck on what's sure to be a very successful future. Congratulations to all the retirees and those moving into new roles, and those receiving tenure tonight. Also to all of the seniors soon to be graduating. I'm very excited myself as my oldest is graduating. Feels like just yesterday I was in kindergarten. Just want to wish everyone a very happy Pride to all of our students, staff, and community who celebrate. Thank you.
Dr. Haas?
Ditto. Though I do want to say, Carol, it's been a real honor getting to know you, having watched you as a, I don't know that she's on or watching, but as if she is, seeing her as a principal and then moving into this role and always offering us just useful insight and being, we always try to sort of create a safe space so that people can say what they need to say and express what they need to express. And Carol is a great model of somebody who operates in a brave space and is really demonstrates her commitment all the time. Anyway, I also want to say thank you to Virginia, because Virginia was not here for like the big bonus job that the district clerk gets in being able to accept the vote and being able to swear in our new members. So you will get that in July, but I really want to thank you because it was a tremendous, not only was putting this budget, this agenda together a tremendous task just this week, but the vote and the work it takes to do a vote and to do a vote well, and we talk about strengthening democracy. Well, let's just say people like Virginia are the people who are doing that work, and it was tremendous, and it went really well, and I just wanted to thank you. You weren't here last time to do that. Reach out to us. We are here this summer, sort of feels like summer, everybody's on break. Well, let's just say a lot of work happens in the district in the summer, which was always a surprise to me when I first got on the board. Because I was like, oh, okay, great, we're done until September, and that was really not the case. And so for all of us who are on the board, we've got work to do this summer to really get ready for the new year. But I want to encourage all of us to rest when we can and to connect with others. This has been a really big week, and it's only Tuesday, and so I just want to really encourage people to rest and connect. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. So I tend to not repeat, since I go last, everybody's hit everything else. The one thing I will mention is something Tim said, where from our other people on the board, you always pick things up. And that's, if you guys look at the background of our board, the people sitting around this table, it is a very diverse group, from what we do professionally to our backgrounds. And I think that really lends itself to when we have discussions about whether it be the budget or how we're, different things that come up that we need to discuss. And Carol is somebody who, based on her roles in the district, really was never afraid, always spoke her mind. And as she said to me today on the phone, she said, the one thing I always appreciated was we could have some really heated debates, but everybody walked out of the room still friendly. Nobody carries it out of those discussions. And she wanted to thank everybody for that, I guess that mindset, being able to have those kind of discussions. And that's really what it takes to be a good board. So she wanted me to pass that along. Adriana, thank you. The one thing I will repeat is a thank you to you. I agree with Mr. Wells. You've raised the bar, so the people who are going to step in behind you definitely have something to follow. In addition to that, I know there are a bunch of people, I want to thank the principals, because I know you don't pull that report together just, so I want to thank each of the principals, Ms. Molyneux, who I know leads the effort to go get us a new student representative, but all the principals who helped make Adriana's report as detailed and as good as it is, so thank you. And, echoing something Dr. Haas said, Virginia, thank you. Especially with something like tonight, if you guys see my agenda up here, all the notes and things that allow me to stay on track is because of her. I have stickies, I have little notes, I have arrows pointing over here. It's fantastic. So thank you. So I will, one thing the thing I want to leave everybody with is a note from Carol. If you guys, I figured I'd use my time to read this. So I'm going to try and get through this. My voice may click a minute, but so good evening. I would like to begin by apologizing for not being able to attend this final meeting of my term. My husband is very ill, and at this time I need to remain at home with him as he's in his final days. As I conclude my service on the Board of Education, I want to thank our community for the trust, support, and partnership you have shown throughout my time as a trustee. It has been an honor to serve our students, families, staff, and community. Throughout my career as a teacher, school administrator, and now a board trustee, my goals have remained the same: to support our students, ensure their safety and well-being, and make decisions that are in their best interest, both academically and personally. Every vote and every discussion was guided by what I believed would help our students learn, grow, and thrive in a safe and supportive environment. I've been fortunate to serve this community in many different roles over the years, and I'm grateful for the relationships, experiences, and opportunities that have come with that service. While my time in these roles must now come to an end, my belief in the strength and potential of our schools remains unwavering. Thank you again for your support, your dedication to our children, and the privilege allowing me to serve. I wish the district, its students, staff, and leaders continued success in the years ahead. Thank you, Carol Keller. Okay, personnel. There we go. We have, starting off, this is personnel, instructional and non-instructional. First off, we have,
You want this one?
You just have to really talk right into it. It's unit
It's off, it keeps turning itself off. All right, we have personnel, instructional and non-instructional. First off, we have resignations, which also includes all of our new retirements. So we have resignations, so let me take a step back. Normally what we try to do is break this up. What we're gonna do is we're gonna run through everything and vote on everything, and then I'm gonna turn it over to Stephen to acknowledge everybody with what we're gonna do. So that way we make it a little bit more expeditious. All right, so I have resignations, A through V, which includes people simply resigning from the district, but also some very senior personnel retiring, including our district treasurer, Ms. Weeks, and Ms. Ortlieb, and Ms. Steinmeier. There is also in here, thank you, you will see in here also a resignation from the lady sitting to my left. That is from her previous role. She's not already resigning from her current role. I just want to point that out since people will see her name in there. So I have resignations A through V, leave of absence A through L, appointments A through Q, and then the tenures. Just make sure I hit everything here. And the appointments in here include all our coaches and everything, and all the paperwork is up to date with the state. All right, so can I have a motion to accept items I-1 through 4? By Dr. Haas, seconded by Mr. Wells. Any questions? It's a lot. It's a lot. Give everybody a second. No questions? No? You guys good? Everybody good? All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. You're up, Mr. Wilder.
All right, thank you. We're going to begin with appointments. And so it is my privilege to take a moment to recognize the significance of this occasion, to recognize our appointments. Every appointment represents a commitment to our students, our families, and our community. It reflects the belief that every child deserves caring, talented, and dedicated professionals who will inspire them to achieve their fullest potential. The individuals we are about to recognize have chosen a profession centered on service to others. They have chosen to invest their knowledge, talents, and hearts in supporting young people and helping them reach their fullest potential. Whether in the classroom, office, counseling center, cafeteria, transportation department, or any other role, each person will play an important part in shaping the Sawyer experience for our students. As we welcome these new members to our school community, we do so with gratitude, confidence, and hope for the future. We look forward to the positive impact it will have on the lives of our students, colleagues, families, and the community for years to come. It is now my pleasure to announce the following appointments and welcome you to the team. When I call your name, please come up to shake hands and be welcomed by our Board of Education and district leaders. I would like to begin with Grace Arcatapani. Grace is going to be a special education elementary teacher and will be reporting to Cahill.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Adriana, you get to sing too. You're part of the board.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's so
you're
nice
part
to
of
see you. Thank you. I went to Sienna too. Sienna. Of course.
Next, I would like to recognize Whitney Green, who is going to be a special education elementary teacher and reporting to the junior high. Next, let's welcome Sarah Hermans, who's going to be an elementary teacher at Morse Elementary. We also have Layla Johnson, elementary teacher, heading to Cahill.
Congratulations, well.
We also have Jamie Kessick, who is going to be an elementary school social worker at Riccardi. Let's welcome Thomas McNamee, general science teacher, heading to our junior high school. Let's welcome Joanna Sauter, special education elementary teacher, heading to Morse Elementary. Next, we have Darby Silver, an earth and space science teacher, heading to our senior high school. And lastly, we have Allison Tope, special education secondary teacher, heading to our junior high. All right. You can all sit now. Thank you. Next, I'm going to be heading over to recognize our tenure recipients. It is my privilege to recognize a truly meaningful milestone in the careers of several outstanding educators. Tonight, we celebrate the awarding of tenure, which is an honor that reflects consistent excellence, dedication to students, and a deep commitment to our school community. Tenure is not simply a marker of time served, it is a testament to the impact these teachers have made in their classrooms and beyond. Through their passion, professionalism, and care, they have helped shape the experiences and futures of our students. We are proud to acknowledge their accomplishments and grateful for the difference that they make each and every day. Please join me in congratulating this exceptional group of educators. When I call your name, please come forward to accept a personalized pen and a certificate to commemorate your tenure. Families who are here are welcome to come forward to take a picture of the recipient with our Board of Education President, Mr. Riazzi, and our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Rohrbach. I would like to begin with Lou Denise, PE teacher of Cahill and Grant T. Morris.
Christine, do you want them to
We
stay
tried
here
again,
for a group photo?
Jeff knocked the pen out of my hand. Good?
Thank you. Next up, we have Jacqueline Greco, math secondary teacher here at the high school. Next, we have Lee Milikovsky, secondary science teacher here at the high school.
Someone in tow.
And we have Erica Warren, elementary special education teacher from Cahill. Everybody squeeze in.
Come on, Jeff.
Yes, you get my arm.
Another round of applause for our tenure recipients. And now to honor our retirees. One of the greatest strengths of any school district is its people. The dedicated individuals who invest their time, talent, and passion in service to students, families, and one another. This evening, we have the privilege of recognizing a remarkable group of individuals whose careers have left a lasting impact on our schools and our community. Retirement is much more than the conclusion of a career. It is the celebration of years of commitment, countless acts of kindness, and the immeasurable difference made in the lives of others. The individuals that we honor tonight have helped shape futures, overcome challenges, create opportunities, and inspire generations of students to learn, grow, and believe in themselves. Throughout their years of service, they have shared their knowledge, dedication, compassion, and professionalism. They have been mentors, problem solvers, role models, teammates, and trusted friends. Their contributions extend far beyond classrooms, the offices, buses, cafeterias, athletic fields, hallways, and the school events. Their influence can be found in the success stories of students, the strength of our schools, and the character of our community. While we will miss their daily presence, we are grateful for the legacy they leave behind. Their work has mattered, their service has made a difference, and their impact will continue to be felt for years to come. As we recognize each retiree this evening, please join me in celebrating their accomplishments, expressing our sincere appreciation, and wishing them health, happiness, fulfillment, and many wonderful adventures in the years ahead. It is my honor to introduce the retirees of the Saugerties Central School District. When I call your name, please come up to receive a memento. Don't worry, your box won't fall out of the packaging. In recognition of your service, and remain for a picture with our Board of Education President, Mr. Riazzi, and Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Rohrbach. I would like to begin with Catherine Averill, elementary teacher recently at Norris Elementary. Your 24 years of experience. Faith Dixon, TA at Morse with 30 years of experience here. Roseanne Douglas, the secretary at Cahill, with 22 years of service. And Terry Drews, TA at Riccardi, with 28 years of experience. Michelle Griffin, science teacher at the junior high school with 29 years of service. Jacqueline Hayes, business teacher at the senior high school, 28 years of service. Elizabeth Kilmer, elementary teacher at Cahill with 28 years of service. Patricia Klossner, monitor at the senior high school with 20 years of service. Rena Leipschutz, elementary teacher at Horse with 32 years of service. Robin Parody, elementary teacher at Cahill with 33 years of service to the district. Arlene Parsi, social worker at Riccardi with 19 years of service. Andrea Perez, food service at the junior senior high school with 10 years of service. Let's try Mark Perpetua, science teacher here at the high school with 31 years of service. Dennis Scala, science teacher here at the high school with 29 years of service. Veronica Vorg, reading teacher at the junior high with 32 years of service. And now, Nanette Weeks, district treasurer in the business office with 25 years of service. If there are families who want to come up and get a picture, please come on up while they're, if you want a group shot. Another round of applause for our retirees. And now I turn it back to Dr. Rohrbach.
So, yes, massive agenda. So, back to Mr. Riazzi.
Page 12. Yes, we're on page 12. So,
Knocking pens out of people's hands.
I know.
Destroying lights.
there we go.
All right.
Rebel that fun.
Okay, these are business office recommendations. Just want to make sure we got- So these are items, business office recommendations, items J1 through 16. I don't think there's anything. One thing I do want to make sure the board understands is when you look at in here, there are some grants for playgrounds. These are not, we didn't receive these grants yet. As part of the process, the board has to approve the application form. So that's what these are, us trying to get these grants for the playgrounds. Did I say that correctly?
Perfect.
Okay, so can I have a motion for items J1 through 16? Ms. Belrusa, seconded by Ms. Gramaglia. Any questions on anything in here? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Board action items, and here we have some things we want to talk about. So we have items K1, 2, 3. One thing for the board, you guys will see appointment of special legal counsel. As everybody knows, we are moving to a new law firm for the district, Gershio and Gershio out of Albany. This appointment of a special legal counsel is simply a transition period for our existing law firm to be able to work with the new law firm over the summer to transfer documents and everything. So that's all that is. You want to wait till the end or do it now? After we approve it? I would say after we approve it. Okay?
Yeah.
So. Items K1 through, and I have a motion for items K1 through 18.
So moved.
By Ms. Gramaglia, seconded by Mr. Wells. Any questions? All those in favor? Aye. Okay, now that she's officially appointed, I'm going to turn it over to to Dr. Rohrbach or Mr. Fina.
So, we officially would like to welcome Ms. DeFino as our new Director of Curriculum and Instruction. This role is pivotal in the district because we are in the business of teaching and learning, and it is certainly my honor and joy to welcome you. So Ms. DeFino has been part of the Sawyer community since 2021 as both the high school science teacher, assistant principal, coordinator of the plan pilot, and professional developer. And basically, anything I have ever asked Ms. DeFino, she rises to the occasion. Her leadership has helped facilitate programs such as the Science Olympiad team, and that particular year, unbeknownst to us, they made it to states. We didn't have it budgeted. We figured it out so that our students could compete. Additionally, University of Albany Science Research Program, which has been mentioned a few times this evening, and the planned pilot, as well as district-wide professional learning towards project-based learning, grading for equity, and performance-based assessment tasks. Prior to working in Saugerties, she was a teacher leader in the New York City Department of Education, teaching a variety of STEM classes, grades 6 through 12, ranging from 7th grade math to 11th grade neuroscience, with a concentration in PBL and authentic STEM learning. She has also been awarded several prestigious professional learning and research opportunities, including Regeneron's STEM Teaching Fellowship, STEM Ed Innovators Fellowship, NASA's Climate Change Research Initiative Program, and the Math for America Early Career Fellowship. In sum, Ms. Chelsea DePino is the instructional leader Saugerties needs right now to implement the changes that SED has issued with the New York State Inspires and Portrait of a Graduate work. Her leadership and skills will shine a brighter light on Saugerties being a beacon of excellence. So welcome, Ms. DePino.
All right. Leaping right through this. Okay, our committee reports. Audit.
We had, just to report out that we did have an audit committee meeting on, earlier this week on June 4th, in which our internal auditor presented the results of the payroll and personnel audit. We received an overall rating of acceptable. They did have some finding and recommendations in their review, and there was a corrective action plan. The report and corrective action plan were part of the agenda tonight and were approved. They will be returning in the fall for their annual risk assessment, which is a much higher level overview, and then determine their next area of focus. We also met with our internal claims auditor. We try to meet with her twice a year, just to get an update of how the process is going. She noted some positive working relationship with our new business official and the accounts payable clerk. There are still some vacancies in that office, but overall that office seems to be stabilizing a bit, which is good to hear. She has not denied any claims between January through May, as she goes through all of the claims every week. Mr. Stager also commented on the positive contributions of Alicia Carlson, who's the accounts payable clerk. She has a very strong communication skills and organization and process that has helped out within that business office, so I do want to recognize that as well. And the external auditors will be commencing their preliminary field work for the 25-26 fiscal year audit and later this month. So.
All right. Fabulous, thank you. Michelle, facilities. Need your mic back?
I'm going to be quick, but I do a couple of things on that.
I'll kill it. So.
Okay, so we had a very good facilities meeting last week, and I would encourage people to attend and participate in those to the extent that you can or are interested. Of note, related to the Riccardi easement, I know that that's a topic of interest, particularly for the people that live in the neighborhood. The next steps on that are that the committee did authorize a wetlands and boundary survey to be performed. The boundary and wetland surveys need to be completed in order to determine the buildability and the remediation requirements that will happen on that property, so we did authorize that to proceed. We discussed the fact that we will be revisiting and inviting back the two top construction managers for the capital project that will come up in the next round of when we're available, when we have budget or capital project money available, which I think is 2028. But we need to get back on track with interviewing the construction manager, so we're going to invite the top two candidates back to regroup on that. Mount Marion. just want to make sure that the district understands that while we stopped using Mount Marion as an elementary school, that building has still been operable throughout the entire time since we removed elementary school services there. I know that there's a lot of comment in public media about the fact that, what about all the savings when we closed Mount Marion? Mount Marion stopped being used as an elementary school, but it's still been in use. We've had tenants in that building, I think, right through, without a break. And so the operating costs of that building, we're not bearing necessarily the instructional costs, but we are absolutely operating that building, which means maintenance, safety, security, all of the things that go along with it, and it's an aging building. And so I want to make sure the public understands there is a significant carrying cost to us still having Mount Marion. And as Jeff likes to say, we are not landlords, and we don't want to be landlords. So once the new law firm begins after July 1st, one of the things that we will be asking them to help us with in earnest is finding a realtor and an appraiser for that building to see what we can do with that. There's also significant insurance premium costs associated with us carrying Mount Marion. So we do welcome feedback from the public on this, but there is, as Mr. Riazzi announced a few meetings ago, we are intending to dispose of the asset at fair market value, or at least as close to it as we can possibly get, but we welcome your comments between now and that period of time. The only other thing I'll just mention is that there was proposed fully electric bus legislation proposed, or I think actually passed at the state level, that had effective dates coming up. It was going to first require us to begin all replacement buses with electric, and then eventually go our full fleet to electric, I think by 2035, was the original legislation, I think.
Oh, it was 2027 or something.
Well, the
That's
first
what we had to buy.
buses
Yeah.
started in 2027, so our next round of bus purchasing would have had to start being electric. That has been delayed, all aspects of that legislation has been delayed until 2040, from what I understand. 5 years from the original. So it seems like maybe the lawmakers in Albany are understanding the practical implications of the impacts on the grid and, the capability of the buses and so forth. So good meeting at facilities. Join us.
Thank you, Ms. Grimaldi. Dr. Haas, policy.
Well, I just have a question about facilities. How big is the property at Mount Marion?
Medium.
Okay. And then just to piggyback on that change in the law around the buses, right? That makes a difference because people were in Albany, people like me and Sakina and other board members and others, and going to talk to their legislators in Albany, saying that these are costs that we cannot bear as a district, and so it really makes a difference. I know people come out during the budget season and they want to stop us from doing things, but really, if you want to make a change to what happens in school districts and how budgets are dealt with, you need to go to the state, and you need to work at that level, because as we said many, many times when we were developing the budget, there are things that are just entirely out of our control. But there has been a budget passed, and so I am going to Erie One is offering a webinar that I think I sent to everybody on Thursday, so that to sort of talk about, now that we actually know the numbers from the state, how that might impact our budget. And I would love to, in July or August, is to have Mr. Seider talk to us sort of about that, so now that we know some of those numbers. Policy committee, we've been meeting, and we had an audit done this year, and we are working through the items that were identified in the audit. Tonight, there were 2 policies that were approved that were required to have, that we now have, because we've approved them. One of them we approved as a second read tonight, and the other one is first read, so the second read will come up again in July. And then there was the confluence of what was identified in the audit as needing help, and then what was identified in the HR audit, right, which was looking at all of the systems in HR, but they identified, I think, 6 or 7 policies that Mr. Wilder is, with, not certainly by himself, but with everybody else, is going to work through, so that we're looking at the end of December as sort of our date for having those policies reviewed and up and voted on, and so that, and then we'll look at the rest of what the audit says because it's a lot of work, but it's certainly doable work. And then Virginia and I have been trying to do our due diligence around a new tool, right? We're using board docs for our meeting documents and our policies. And there's now a parent company, Diligent, that has some additional services, and then there's another company we're looking at, Simbly, to both do what we are already having done with our documentation, but also right now, notes for facilities, I don't know where you keep them. Yep, and
In this big notebook.
right, and in the audit committee, we all have Google, folders and accounts, but when we leave, those are attached to our emails, right? And so we either need to figure out a way we're doing that in shared drive in Google, or that we get a system that allows us to have our processes and our products live and live beyond us as individuals, right? If we really want to, so the board, as we move into sort of a new governance season with new governance leaders, I'm really interested in and want to sort of clean up those processes as a board so that those systems are in place regardless of who's sitting at this table. So we'll have more of that this summer. That's it.
Okay, second, public recognition. So this is, if there's anybody still in the audience that would like to discuss anything, yeah, fantastic.
Becky Mulford, one of my favorite people. Sorry.
That probably comes out too, but it's easier for you just to hold or.
Good evening,
Yeah.
Becky Mulford, with Ann Road Saugerties. Thank you all for everything that you do to serve our students and staff and the community. As I was going through the agenda, I noticed that we are welcoming a new occupational therapist to the district, and I'm very excited for that. One thing I would like to ask the board and administration to consider is finding a way to bring our occupational therapists into a more permanent role in our district. As an elementary school teacher, we've gone through multiple occupational therapists in the last year and a half to 2 years, which impacts the students quite a bit. Very often, these students receiving occupational therapy sessions build really strong bonds with our occupational therapists, and we've had quite a turnover. And I think a big part of that is because they're not hired permanently through the district. They're generally consultants. And I know firsthand of 2 people who left for positions that offered them a better opportunity for their families, whether it be financial or health insurance and that sort of thing. I know there have been some discussions about this, but I think it's really imperative that we're thinking about these students and find a way through administration and maybe some union bargaining of getting these members into our unit, into our district permanently for the sake of our students. So, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Ms. Mulford, hang on, Mr. Crowley has a question, so maybe, no, that's fantastic. Yeah, I appreciate you bringing this up, yeah. I've talked to Dr. Kaplan about this the
Thank
other
you
day. This
very
is what
much
you were
for
talking to me about, right?
bringing this forth. I don't know a lot about how we currently staff OT in the elementary schools. Can that just be explained to me in the one-minute
Sure.
version, please?
So we currently contract out. This originally was in our, we had lots of iterations of our budget, and ideally, the goal is for me to bring to the board that we do need OT on our staff. We hire them, we find good people, and then yes, they do leave because they need health insurance or they need something else. So we work with a contractor. Dr. Kapler, do you want us to share anything else?
Yeah, we have 2
Can you use the mic?
So we have 2 contracts, one through ProCare, one through Delta. We have 5.5 altogether, and that's with our schools and with Stockade School and Meadoway. We have to serve them too. So we've lost probably, since you've been here, maybe 5. You know, they don't get paid when it's a snow day, and we're
we're pretty lenient about, if you have reports to do, we'll give you hours on those days, but yeah, they don't get health insurance, and they really don't get, we're paying the company, so they're getting a cut of that.
Right.
And they're still independent contractors
And
of
they're
the company,
still-
right?
yeah.
It's a bit of a racket.
All right, so why don't we place that?
Yeah, all right.
Bring a proposal to us.
So the desire is to have them on staff.
Right,
100%.
That's
and
the goal.
I do know that there have been conversations,
Yeah.
and there's an awareness, but I just thought, seeing it here, it was something on the agenda that I personally have felt it with my students and wanted to just bring it to everyone's attention. So
Timely
thank
topic.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
Ms.
you.
Silver, appreciate it. Anyone else? No, okay. All right, can I have a motion to recess into executive session? We have a couple of legal items that we need to discuss. By Mr. Meyer, seconded by Mr. Wells. Any questions? All those in favor? And just so when we come out, everybody, we will simply adjourn. We'll not be voting on anything else after that. All right? Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much for coming.
moved.
By Mr. Wells, seconded by Ms. Carmolia at 8:24.
Thank you.
All right. Motion to adjourn by Ms. Sakina, seconded by Dr. Haas. All those in favor?
Aye.
At 8:24. We did it the
Excellent.
same
Good
minute.
night, guys.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Hopefully your week is a little easier.
Very good.
I purposely been avoiding